Hello, welcome to Sephra's World. My name is Sephra, and this is my world. And you know what? I have not chimed in about Star Wars in quite some time. But, Fan Expo is this week in 2 days here in Toronto, and I have a booth at the Horror Writers Association. I'll be reading tarot there, selling books, telling people about the Horror Writers Association. I've been the Ontario chapter head for over 20 years. And even though horror isn't Star Wars, I do love my Star Wars and I do love horror. So, the new Star Wars movie is coming out in just a few short months. I know Fan Expo will probably have toys and things there with the new movie. Maybe they're releasing some of the new movie toys like they did 2 years ago when The Last Jedi was coming out. They released some toys at Fan Expo in advance of The Last Jedi. And of course, I got this shirt before I saw The Last Jedi. I have two shirts from a special exhibit they did in Toronto. I don't know if I could turn around and show you. Um, they had a special exhibit in Toronto in December for The Last Jedi before it opened, about a week before, and they had a display set up with Kylo Ren's lightsaber and life-sized stormtroopers and Kylo Ren and stuff in this little booth, museum boutique thing. And so I got a couple of Star Wars shirts there. And like a lot of people, there were things I really enjoyed about Last Jedi and some things I didn't enjoy so much. And so I'm hoping with Rise of Skywalker that, like everyone else, I'm hoping we'll get some answers to some questions that we've had. And there'll be a bit of a course correction because The Last Jedi really didn't seem to be a sequel to The Force Awakens. It kind of was its own thing, which was fine and everything, but it didn't link in properly. There's a lot of unanswered questions, so hopefully Rise of Skywalker will give us some closure with some of the things we still don't really know about. And of course, it's a trilogy, so of course, everything shouldn't be answered already, anyways, because we do need to know what's coming up. I've been doing my damnedest, trying so hard not to read all these spoilers that all I keep seeing. But on my phone, because I'm a Star Wars nerd, I get all the little notifications of the latest theories and rumors, and I don't know what's true and what isn't because I try to ignore them all. However, those of you who followed me at all, on my blog, I used to write blogs about Star Wars, and then I've started taking some of my ideas to YouTube so I don't get the carpal tunnel because I'm also a writer. Anyways, so I still think Rey and Kylo are brother and sister or cousins. I don't think Rey is Luke's daughter anymore, or he would have recognized her. I am leaning back towards the idea of Rey being Leia and Han's daughter because of the way Han treated her like a daughter when they met. And then Kylo says something like, there was some conversation in one of the movies where Rey says something like how he was like father to her, and Kylo is like, no, he's not a father you'd want or whatever. So now, and the fact that Leia hugs Rey all the time, and if there's soldiers, why is there all this hugging? you know, why is she so connected to this girl she doesn't know? And back in The Force Awakens, if you recall how excited we all were about so many of the potential puzzles, Kylo said many times that he knew who the girl was. He'd heard of her. And to me, that always indicated to me that he knew it was his sister or his cousin that had been hidden away. So if Rey is Han and Leia's daughter, then it makes sense that the Millennium Falcon was also on Jakku, because maybe they left Rey there with the Falcon, hoping that one day she'd grow up and navigate it and become whoever she's supposed to be. We don't know. So to me, that would answer a lot of questions. Although Luke Well, I guess because Luke had turned himself off from the Force, so he didn't vibe that she's his niece. I guess. I don't know. There's anyways, now that we know for sure she wasn't Luke's daughter, because Luke's dead, and they would have resolved that before he died, I would think. And going with the Star Wars ideas of how Luke and Leia were brother and sister, so Kylo and Rey would be brother and sister. Only when Luke and Leia were brother and sister, they were both on the same team. But with Rey and Kylo, maybe not Rey and Ben, maybe being on opposite teams, that adds for some dramatic tension. And of course, it would be even more interesting and dramatic tension if we had already known that they were related. And so it makes sense too that Kylo would have always known that he had a sister, and where did his parents hide her? And maybe that's why he also killed his dad, because he's like, just showing his powers or whatever. Anyways, there's a lot of things we do need answers to. I know some things we'll never know answers to because they were never meant to have answers, or we just make up our own stuff in our heads, and that's fine. That's cool. But I am excited for Rise of Skywalker. I hope there's not like a whole, one of the rumors I read or came flipping by on my phone was, there's going to be a lot of Force ghosts. You got your Luke, you got your Yoda, you got your Darth Vader, you got your Obi-Wan, and God knows who else is going to show up, you know. So there might be like a whole, 12 apostle ghosts leading Rey on or whatever. I still don't know why none of the ghosts came to Luke when he was dying. I don't understand why he didn't see Ben or his dad to welcome him to death and all that sort of thing. There's a lot of these little touches that would have been so exciting and interesting to see, but they weren't in there. Anyways, I'm not a Star Wars hater at all, though I have disappointments like anyone, but I'm not the one telling the story, right? So we'll see. We'll see what JJ has to say. Now there's a garbage truck going by. I hope that's not a sign of something. Anyways, what kind of theories are you looking forward to see? I wanted to get this video out before Fan Expo, because I know once I go to Fan Expo and I'm talking to people for 4 days, and I know Star Wars will come up because the 501 has their big display, I'll probably go and try and get a picture with Kylo Ren like I do every year. And so I'm sure I'll hear a million theories over the weekend, and some of them probably will have truth because some people actually do know what's going on. But I don't want to hear la 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 la. I want to be surprised when I go to the theater. Anyways, what kind of theories do you have for Star Wars? Let me know in the comments. Are you excited? Do you care anymore? Are you so disappointed with how the last couple of movies have been that you don't care about the trilogy anymore? Do you think there's no point to bringing any more stories now that Luke's dead? Maybe Luke's not dead. I hope so hard that Rise of Skywalker means Luke is resurrected and comes back and kicks some ass, but I doubt it. I don't see that happening, unfortunately. Though it would have been, I really feel like there are a lot of missed opportunities, which I know Disney is seeing itself, because they do see the disappointment of the fans that we never got to see Luke, Leia, and Han together one last time. I'm sure they'll try and shoehorn that in Rise of Skywalker. I'm sure there'll be a flashback with the three because people have been so upset that we never got to see it in the last two movies. However, that won't be satisfying either because we know Carrie Fisher's dead and has been for quite some time, so it would just be CGI or old found footage that they're meshing in with the living. Well, Han's dead now, but anyways, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. I guess we won't have a flashback because Harrison Ford wouldn't do another Star Wars. So yeah, there's not going to be a flashback. What am I saying? I'm crazy. I'm sorry. Anyways, I hope Kylo Ren goes full on evil. I wish he had been more evil in The Last Jedi so that we could be so excited to see like super evil against super good, but everyone's gray, so there's no conflicts. Everyone's gray, but we'll see. We'll see what they set up for us and what's going to happen. And I know I'm going to be back with many more videos before it actually comes out. Have a great day. Let me know in the comments what you think. Okay, bye. Oh, don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the bell for notifications if you want to hear more videos. I know this channel has many different things going on. Let me know the things you like and the things you don't like. I like doing my Star Wars, the writers behaving badly, the positive messages of the day. Use the Force. May the Force be with you. Bye.